Hey, welcome back to the Road to the Great Canadian Open Winter 2026. My name is Clarence, and this is my video series as you follow me as I paint up my Brotherhood Without Banners army, 1 hour a day, one day at a time. The point of this series is for me to help you, to inspire you to paint your armies as well. This came from me wanting people to bring painted armies to the Great Canadian Open, and I thought one way to positively reinforce that or encourage that was to show people who are having trouble painting their armies how to paint an army. So really I feel like this is for two groups of people. One, new painters who have trouble wrapping their head around how to paint an army. And for those people I say start with a simple technique like Slapchop and be regular. And for those of you who know how to paint but lack the motivation because there's a giant pile of shame, I say, even though you may know the more traditional techniques like base coating, washing, highlighting, etc., it's very time consuming, and that can put you off from getting started. So try Slapchop out because it's easy, it looks good. I can paint way better than just using Slapchop, but I would say I get 75 to 80% of the quality for literally a tenth of the work. So it's just very, very efficient, and you'll be shocked at how much you can do once you get started and put in the time. So speaking about putting in the time means, finding 15 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes in your day, asking yourself, can you cut down your TV time? Can you cut down your screen time? Can you cut down your video game time? Just by those increments so that you can get a step done. Can you paint the boots? Can you paint the weapons? Can you prime your models, blah, 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 right? So just try to find that time to do that little step, and each day incrementally you will, get close to being finished, and one day you will be done too. And when it's done, it looks glorious. It's done forever, ever. And when you have a painted army on the table, it's going to look better, it's going to feel better, it's going to be more fun, and more people will look at the game, more people will ask you, hey, what's that cool game you're playing? And we will all be great ambassadors to this tabletop game that we love and hopefully attract more players. So that's the preachy rant out of the way. Let's talk a bit about my event. My event is coming in January 2026, January 10th and 11th. It's being hosted by the TGX event, the Gaming Expo, which is run by Lionel Miranda. We thank him for his patronship. And it'll be at the Small Arms Building in Mississauga. It's going to be a great weekend of fun and games and laughter and dice. And if you're from the Toronto area, if you're from Kitchener-Waterloo, London, further out west to Windsor, if you're from the north, if you're from North Bay, Sudbury, etc., Barrie, come on down. If you're from the east, if you're from Kingston, Ottawa, Gatineau, Montreal, Quebec City, or further out, if you're from the States, come on down. We've got a 32-player cap. Tickets have already started to sell, and we do expect to sell out by January. So don't waste time. Get your tickets now, and we'll see you there. All right? So that's it for the promotion. Let's take a look at where we're at and what the next step is. So here we are, and we're actually almost done. Looks like most of the base coats are down, and the next step is going to be just the small details. So I think for today, we're going to work on the skin and the hair. So if you look at these guys on the left, for example, you can see that the back two are pretty much clones, and the front guy has a reverse color scheme. So I'm going to paint the skin the same with the Crusader Flesh, aka Gilbert Flesh, and then I'm going to do the hair on the guy in the back and the guy in the front the same with Wildwood, and then the guy in the middle, I'm going to do something different. Maybe he'll be a blonde, or maybe he'll be a redhead or whatever. And this way, these two models in the back will be different. Same clothes, but different hair. And I might paint his face bandana different as well, just to break them up a little bit. So we'll start with flesh and hair, and we'll be back. So 1 hour of work starts now. 35 minutes later, we are done applying the skin tone and the hair. So you can see that I've got in the middle here a gray-haired guy. That was done with Ulth1 Flesh, I believe it's called, or Ulth1 Gray with a black null oil wash. The guy in the back's my blonde, my traditional blonde scheme, which is like a bleach bone kind of color with Reichland flesh wash. The redhead is a mixture of Mephiston Red and Dryad Bark with a brown wash. And then I've got one guy with Black Templar contrast. So that was a chunk of time. With 25 minutes to go, I'm going to start tackling the small details. I think I'm going to work on the metal bits. So the one shoulder pad here and the one shoulder pad here. And we'll see where that takes us. So metal bits, and we'll be back. 15 minutes later, we are done the metal work on the pads of this guy here with the bandana face and the shoulder pad here, but I also realized that they have buckles, the infamous Simon buckles. So I went in and did all the buckles in metal as well, and after the metal was applied, we put on a null and oil black wash. The metal I'm using is called Natural Steel from the AK range, but it's just a regular mid-tone metal color, so anything that you can use from GW will also be good. So we've got about 10 minutes left, and with 10 minutes, I think I'm just going to do the bandanas on the faces here, and they've got a random piece of cloth around their waist as well. So I think we'll do that, and then we'll call it a day. So we'll see you soon after the cloth is done. 5 minutes later, we are done applying the cloth onto these three guys here, the bandanas on the faces, and the little kind of thing they have on their waist. So what I did was, to break them up a little bit, I chose 3 different colors, and kind of like the Golden Company crossbows, I chose red, off-white, and green, and I just splash it on to different parts. So this guy in the back has a red face mask, or bandana, and the guy in the middle has it red on his waist. He's got a off-white face cloth, he's got off-white on his waist, and so on and so forth. So we've got 5 minutes to go, but with 5 minutes we can't really get anything done. We could maybe have gotten this scabbard done, but it's going to require gold and a wash and blah blah blah, and I'd rather do all the swords at the same time. So I think we're going to wrap it up there, folks, and I think our next session we should definitely get everything done, which is just details on the sword and the banner. So we'll stop there, folks. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the series, and hopefully you can share this with somebody who might benefit from inspiration to paint. So keep the faith and have a great day. Bye-bye.